Imagine a place where futuristic skyscrapers pierce the clouds while ancient desert sands whisper tales of Bedouin heritage, where the silhouette of a camel is framed against the neon glow of a hypercar showroom, and where artificial islands shaped like palm trees coexist with centuries-old souks. Welcome to the United Arab Emirates, a dazzling paradox where tradition and innovation don't just coexist, but thrive in perfect harmony. This isn't just another Middle Eastern country. It's a living laboratory of human ambition, where the impossible becomes reality at breakneck speed. Whether you're an architecture enthusiast marveling at gravity-defying structures, a culture seeker exploring labyrinthine gold souks, a business traveler witnessing the birth of a new economic world order, or simply a curious mind trying to understand how 7 Emirates transformed barren desert into a global powerhouse within a single generation. You're about to embark on an extraordinary journey. Before we dive deep into this land of superlatives, do us a favor. If you're as fascinated by the UAE story as we are, hit that subscribe button to join our growing community of explorers. Smash the like button if you're excited for this adventure, and drop a comment telling us which emirate you'd visit first or your most mind-blowing UAE experience. Now, let's peel back the layers of this fascinating nation together. The United Arab Emirates, commonly known as the UAE, is far more than the sum of its 7 emirates. This federation, strategically positioned at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa along the southeastern Arabian Peninsula, represents one of the most remarkable success stories of the 21st century. While global attention often focuses on the glittering facades of Dubai's skyscrapers or Abu Dhabi's cultural ambitions, the true essence of the UAE lies in its ability to honor its pearl-diving past while catapulting into a tech-driven future. Few realize that before oil was discovered in the 1950s, the region's economy relied on fishing, pearl trading, and modest agriculture. A stark contrast to today's $500 billion GDP economy that's pioneering space missions and artificial intelligence governance. Let's start with Dubai, the city of gold and undisputed Gulf tiger that has become a case study in urban transformation. With a metropolitan population surpassing 3.5 million, over 90% of whom are expatriates. Dubai's evolution from a 19th century fishing village to a 21st century metropolis is the urban equivalent of a rocket launch. The Burj Khalifa, standing at 828 meters with 163 floors, isn't just the world's tallest building. It's a physical manifestation of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's famous quote, "In Dubai, we don't wait for the future, we create it." But Dubai's genius lies in its multi-layered identity. Beneath the surface of luxury shopping malls and 7-star hotels pulses a city deeply committed to becoming the world's smartest metropolis. The Dubai 10X initiative puts government entities a decade ahead of global counterparts, while projects like the Museum of the Future showcase bleeding-edge innovations in AI and robotics. What truly sets Dubai apart, though, is its demographic kaleidoscope. With over 200 nationalities creating a cultural fusion evident in everything from the Ramadan night markets in Dera to the international food stalls at Global Village. The city's economic pillars are equally diverse. While tourism, attracting 16+ million visitors annually to landmarks like the Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Frame, remains vital, Dubai has strategically positioned itself as a global hub for fintech, aviation, home to the world's busiest international airport, and even space exploration through the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. Now shift your gaze to Abu Dhabi, the understated powerhouse that combines Emirati tradition with visionary foresight. As the capital and wealthiest emirate, controlling about 90% of the UAE's oil reserves, Abu Dhabi's approach to development reflects the famous proverb, "The wise man builds his house upon the rock." While its 2.1 million residents enjoy a GDP per capita ranking among the world's highest, the leadership has been aggressively future-proofing the economy through initiatives like the Gadin 21 Accelerator Program. The Saadiyat Island Cultural District is rewriting the rules of soft power. Where else could you see a Louvre museum, housing Da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, a forthcoming Guggenheim designed by Frank Gehry, and the Zayed National Museum, celebrating Emirati heritage within walking distance. Abu Dhabi's commitment to sustainability would surprise many. Masdar City isn't just a green urban experiment, but the headquarters of the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, while the Baraka nuclear energy plant is decarbonizing power generation. The Emirates' recent focus on agri-tech, like the world's largest vertical farm, and film production with two Mission Impossible movies filmed there, demonstrates economic diversification at its most creative. Beyond these two giants, the UAE's 5 other emirates each contribute unique threads to the national tapestry. Sharjah, the 2019 World Book Capital, serves as the nation's intellectual heart with over 20 museums and strict preservation of Islamic architecture. Ras Al Khaimah is emerging as an adventure tourism hub with the world's longest zipline crossing the Jebel Jais Mountains. Fujairah's entirely coastline on the Gulf of Oman gives the UAE critical strategic depth, while Al Quain's archaeological sites like Ed-Dur reveal the region's ancient trading connections. Even Little Ayman, the smallest emirate, plays an outsized role in manufacturing and shipbuilding. Together, these 7 emirates have crafted a federation model so successful that it's inspired regional neighbors while maintaining remarkable social cohesion. A tribute to the wisdom of the late Sheikh Zayed, whose vision of unity transformed the Trucial States into a global player. The UAE's secret sauce? A leadership that treats long-term planning like an art form. The UAE Centennial 2071 project isn't just aspirational. It's a detailed roadmap spanning education, economy, and government development aimed at making the nation the world's best by its 100th anniversary. Meanwhile, the recent Mars mission, which put the Hope probe into Martian orbit in 2021, and the construction of a simulated Martian city in the desert prove that for the UAE, even the sky isn't the limit. As we continue exploring, remember this. What makes the UAE extraordinary isn't just what it's built, but how it's thinking, 50 years ahead while staying deeply rooted in 5,000 years of Arabian heritage. Beyond Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the remaining 5 emirates, Sharjah, Ayman, Al Quain, Fujairah, and Ras Al Khaimah, form the soulful counterbalance to the UAE's glittering metropolises. Each possesses a unique character that adds depth to the Federation's identity, offering everything from UNESCO-recognized cultural hubs to adrenaline-pumping adventure destinations. Take Sharjah, often called the UAE's intellectual emirate. This is where the nation's cultural heartbeat pulses strongest, with its historic neighborhoods carefully preserved under strict heritage laws that forbid the demolition of traditional architecture. The Emirates' cultural credentials are unmatched. After being named UNESCO's Cultural Capital of the Arab World in 1998, it doubled down by earning the World Book Capital title in 2019, cementing its status as the region's literary hub. The Sharjah Book Authority now hosts the world's 3rd largest book fair, attracting over 2.3 million visitors annually. But Sharjah's cultural landscape goes far beyond books. The Sharjah Art Foundation has transformed the Al Murija Art District into a Middle Eastern answer to New York's Chelsea, while the Sharjah Museum of Islamic Civilization houses one of the world's most comprehensive collections of Quranic manuscripts. What many visitors miss is Sharjah's cutting-edge scientific contributions. The emirate hosts the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy, Space Sciences and Technology, playing a key role in the UAE's space ambitions. Ayman, the smallest emirate at just 259 square kilometers, proves that great things come in small packages. Its 16-kilometer coastline along the Arabian Gulf features some of the region's most pristine beaches, where endangered hawksbill turtles still come to nest. The emirate's mangrove forests at Al Zora Nature Reserve, home to over 58 bird species, offer an ecotourism experience completely different from Dubai's urban glitz. But don't let its relaxed vibe fool you. Ayman's industrial sector contributes significantly to the UAE's economy, with the Ayman Free Zone attracting over 8,000 companies across manufacturing, logistics, and services. The Emirates' strategic location, just 30 minutes from Dubai International Airport, has made it a sleeper hit for cost-conscious expats, with residential rents up to 40% cheaper than neighboring Emirates. Al Quain, UAQ, remains the UAE's best-kept secret, where time seems to move at the pace of a traditional dhow sailing across its tranquil lagoons. As the least populated emirate, UAQ offers an authentic glimpse into pre-oil UAE life. The mangrove-fringed Al Sania Island hosts the largest colony of Socotra cormorants in the region, while the Al Quain Fort, now a museum, stands as a silent witness to 18th-century pearling history. Adventure seekers are waking up to UAQ's potential as a water sports capital, with the new marina project creating a hub for kayaking, wakeboarding, and flyboarding. The Emirates archaeological site at Eddur reveals the UAE's ancient connections to Roman trade networks, with artifacts suggesting commerce as far back as 2000 BCE. Fujairah breaks the mold entirely as the only emirate located entirely on the Gulf of Oman. Its dramatic geography, where the Hajar Mountains plunge directly into the ocean, creates landscapes unlike anywhere else in the UAE. The port of Fujairah has quietly become the world's second-largest bunkering hub, handling over 15,000 ships annually. History buffs will marvel at Fujairah's 17th-century Al-Badiya Mosque, the UAE's oldest, and the recently discovered 4,500-year-old megalithic tombs at Jebel Hafid. The Emirates' underwater world is equally impressive, with the Snoopy Island Marine Sanctuary offering some of the Gulf's best diving spots, teeming with parrotfish and reef sharks. Then there's Ras Al Khaimah, RAK, the UAE's adventure playground. Jebel Jais isn't just the country's highest peak at 1,934 meters. It's now home to the world's longest zipline, 2.83 kilometers, and an ambitious mountain resort development. RAK's archaeological treasures tell a 7,000-year-old story, from the Bronze Age settlement at Shirmal to the 18th-century Daya fort that withstood British bombardment. The Al Jazeera Al Hamra ghost town offers a hauntingly perfect snapshot of pre-oil Gulf architecture. RAK's economic strategy smartly leverages its natural assets. The emirate is becoming a hub for cement production, pharmaceuticals, and ceramics, while its free zone attracts growing numbers of tech startups. The UAE's economic transformation is arguably the most successful diversification story of our time. While oil revenues initially fueled growth, Abu Dhabi alone sits on 6% of global reserves. Today, hydrocarbons account for less than 30% of GDP, a remarkable achievement when compared to other petrostates. Dubai pioneered this shift decades ago, building economic pillars in trade. Jebel Ali Port remains the Middle East's busiest. Aviation, Emirates connects 150-plus cities. Tourism, hosting over 20 million visitors annually. And financial services, the DFC manages $250-plus billion in assets. Abu Dhabi's $1.5 trillion sovereign wealth funds, ADIA and Mubadala, have strategically invested in everything from semiconductor manufacturing to renewable energy globally. The UAE's infrastructure is its competitive edge. Dubai International Airport has been the world's busiest for international travel for 9 consecutive years, while Abu Dhabi's new midfield terminal can handle 45 million passengers annually. The country's ports handle about 15% of global container traffic, with DP World operating 82 marine terminals across 6 continents. Digital infrastructure is equally impressive. The UAE was first in the region to launch 5G and now aims to have the world's best AI infrastructure by 2031. For professionals, the UAE offers a unique value proposition. The introduction of golden visas, 10-year residencies for specialists, 100% foreign business ownership laws, and even digital nomad visas have created unprecedented opportunities. The job market favors those in AI, healthcare, especially post-COVID, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. Salaries in sectors like fintech and cybersecurity often surpass global averages, all while enjoying zero income tax. However, competition is fierce. A master's degree and specialized certifications are increasingly becoming baseline requirements even for mid-level positions. Looking ahead, the UAE's ambitions know no bounds. The Mars 2117 program aims to establish the first habitable settlement on the Red Planet within a century. Closer to home, the UAE Net Zero 2050 initiative is transforming the energy landscape with the Baraka nuclear plant and massive solar parks like Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park, the world's largest single-site solar project. In many ways, the UAE has become a blueprint for how resource-rich nations can future-proof their economies while maintaining cultural identity. It's not just building for the next decade, but for the next century. The UAE's education sector represents one of the most ambitious human capital development projects in modern history. What began as simple Quranic schools and desert settlements has transformed into a cutting-edge education ecosystem that's shaping the next generation of global leaders. At the K-12 level, the country boasts over 600 international schools offering curricula from 15 different countries, from British A-levels to the International Baccalaureate and Indian CBSE system. Premium institutions like Dubai College and the American School of Dubai rival the world's best private schools, with tuition fees reaching $25,000 annually and university acceptance rates that include Ivy League institutions. But the real revolution is happening in higher education. The UAE has strategically partnered with elite global universities to create an unprecedented knowledge hub in the desert. NYU Abu Dhabi isn't just a branch campus. It's a research powerhouse with a $1 billion endowment and a student body drawn from over 115 countries, boasting a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. The Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence, the world's first AI-focused graduate institution, offers full scholarships to all students while conducting groundbreaking research in machine learning and robotics. Even traditional institutions are innovating. Zayed University's Metaverse campus allows students to attend classes via VR headsets, while the University of Sharjah's medical school uses holographic technology for anatomy lessons. The healthcare transformation is equally impressive. Cleveland Clinic Abu Dhabi brings U.S. standard cardiac care to the Middle East, while Dubai's Mediclinic network, now merged with South Africa's Mediclinic International, operates 7 JCI-accredited hospitals. The UAE's response to COVID-19 became a global case study. It was first in the world for vaccination rates and pioneered drive-through PCR testing. Now, the country is becoming a medical tourism destination, with specialties like cosmetic surgery, attracting patients from Europe and Africa, and fertility treatments. IVF success rates 15% above global averages. The recent launch of the first AI-powered robotic pharmacy in Abu Dhabi and plans for blockchain-based health records show how technology is revolutionizing care delivery. Governance in the UAE presents a fascinating model that blends Bedouin traditions with futuristic administration. Each emirate maintains remarkable autonomy. Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority operates like a tech company, while Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism functions as both regulator and global promoter. The Federal Supreme Council's decision-making reflects centuries-old Majlis traditions where consensus is built through consultation. Recent reforms like allowing non-Muslim civil marriage and decriminalizing alcohol consumption show the system's adaptability. The UAE's unique Government Accelerators program has slashed bureaucratic processing times. What takes months elsewhere gets done in days here, through intensive workshops called happiness hackathons. The legal system continues evolving to match the country's global ambitions. While Sharia forms the foundation, commercial law has been modernized to international standards. The new arbitration law and insolvency law make the UAE one of the most business-friendly jurisdictions in the region. The establishment of the Dubai International Financial Center, DFC, courts created a common law enclave where cases are heard in English by internationally recruited judges. Recent reforms, like allowing 100% foreign ownership and introducing long-term residencies, have transformed the investment landscape. Safety in the UAE reaches almost utopian levels. Walk through Dubai Marina at 3 a.m. with your laptop open and you'll understand. The police force blends high-tech with high-touch. AI-powered smart police stations handle 87% of services without human interaction, while community officers patrol on horseback in traditional dress. The forensic lab in Abu Dhabi can analyze digital evidence from 5,000 different device types, and Dubai Police's AI command center predicts crimes before they happen. The result? A homicide rate lower than Switzerland's and a sense of security that's become a key competitive advantage for attracting global talent. For Emiratis, the nation's transformation is deeply personal. Emiratization programs now require 60% of banking sector employees to be nationals, while initiatives like the Arab Reading Challenge foster cultural pride. The government's Projects of the 50 includes housing grants for newlywed Emirati couples and scholarships for 100,000 coders. Traditional celebrations have become spectacular national events. National Day sees the Burj Khalifa transform into a giant Emirati flag, while Ramadan tents serve 500-plus dishes to break the fast. Welcome to the future, happening today in the United Arab Emirates. If this exploration of the UAE's incredible journey has inspired you, do 3 things. Smash that like button to help others discover this content. Subscribe for more deep dives into global innovation hotspots. Comment below. Have you experienced the UAE's transformation firsthand? What amazed you most?